She's back! I recently came out to my mom, and I'm going to explain how I did that and why I did that. All of it was August 13th, and basically went home, obviously, and I realized that she had a friend over, and so I waited, and they were talking. I was there, and I was overhearing the conversation, and they were talking about getting my friend's my mom's friend was talking about getting married, like in the church, because her and her husband aren't 100% married legally. They are not married, and so they were saying that they want to get married in the church, and that they want to, because she believes in God very, very, very strong, and she loves God and like everything. And my mom was like, yes, but God is how we got here to Oregon. God is the reason why we're alive. God is the reason why my mother is alive in Mexico. Except just there, I was like sitting right next to my mom, and I was like, yeah, Mom, like God is great, God is good all the time, God is good. And you know, like it's a belief that we've had for a very long time, ever since they came here from Mexico. When my mom's friend left, we got into the car, and we were driving to my dad's house, which is like 2 minutes away. And so while I was in the car, I was like, hey Mom, I need to talk to you about something really serious. She obviously took it as a joke, because she knows I'm not a serious person. I don't like to take things so seriously. I like to be mellow about things. I don't want to be like freaking out about certain things. And so she thought of it as a joke, and I thought, you know what, fine, you can take this as a joke once you hear it. And once I just said, hey Mom, so I said it in Spanish, but I was like, you know what bisexual is, correct? And she's like, no. And I was like, well, it's where I like both genders. And she was stunned. She was saying, what do you mean you like both genders? You only like one gender. You're dating someone, you're dating a boy. And I said, yes, I am dating a boy, that is correct. But for 4 years now, more than 4 years, I've felt this attraction towards girls, and I had a thing with someone that was a girl, but I never told anybody, and we kept it a secret. But she didn't like that, and so we ended. And I 100% agreed with her, and because I'm the kind of person that likes to like show off their emotion for someone. I like to show off my whole relationship. I love people knowing what's mine and what I can call mine for a long period of time. But anyways, back to the story. She was saying, you know, you only like one gender. That's what you've been your whole life. You haven't been different. You're not like all those other kids in school. You are my child, and you're going to be straight. I looked her dead in the eye, and I said, no, that's not who I am. I'm not going to be faking being someone for you. I'm not going to do that for your happiness anymore. I'm not that kind of person. I dramatically exited the car, and I walked the rest of the way towards my dad's, and she yelled at me from the car saying, you are not my child. This is not how God created you. This is a mental thing. You are confused. You are going through a phase in life, and you don't know what is love. I looked behind me, and I saw that she was walking towards me, and she looked very angry, and I just didn't want to deal with it. And I said, I never said I knew what love is. And considering how you and Dad are right now, I definitely know that you don't know what love is. And that sounded really fucked up. But their conditions are on and off, and they are acting like they have a relationship of 11-year-olds, and they are in their early 40s. And I just went into the house, and I went straight to the bathroom because I wanted to cry, because I knew I wasn't going to be accepted into my mom's life, and I knew that she wasn't going to accept me for who I am and for my sexuality. Once I got out of the bathroom, I realized that she was talking to my dad in the other room, and so I went into my brother's room, and I wanted to talk to him. Me and my brother do not get along very well. Me and my brother are like a snake and a rat. We don't get along. Once he heard that I was like sniffling a lot, and he knew that I was crying, that's when he knew that things were serious. I just said, hey, I just told Mom that I'm bi. And he looked at me like, what do you mean you're bi? Like, you like both genders? And I said, yes. And he said, well, what does that have to do with me? He said, you know, you're my only family member the only other family member besides dad that I have in this house, and I really need some moral support. We changed the subject, and we started talking about, like, you know, how's my summer been? When are you going back into school? And that just made me feel 100 times better. But that night, I could not sleep. I kept having thoughts of my future and what my dad is going to be saying for the rest of my life, and how much my family is going to be different towards me. But I realized that it doesn't matter what my family thinks, it matters how I feel towards people and how I feel sexuality-wise. All in all, my experience was pretty gnarly, I guess you could say. My message is, don't be afraid. It's honestly the scariest thing, I'm not gonna lie. If your family does not accept you for who you are and what you are, then that's not your real family. You still have supporters, you still have your friends, you still have at least one person by your side, and that's really all that you need. The very next day, I didn't see my dad for the whole day because I was scared. I didn't know if he was going to react well, and I didn't see him for the whole day. Until I was forced to get back home, I saw him and he acted like it was nothing. He acted like every other day. I love that because I know that my dad knows that I'm under a lot of anxiety. I'm under a lot of depression with my parents and like the rest of my family, and he knows I have problems as a teen. So he understood, and I absolutely love that. I hope you guys enjoy my little pity story, I guess. Please subscribe. I'm trying to put up videos every week now, and I love you guys.